Hi, Luxies. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. Beside me is my co-host, Kat L, and I'm your other co-host, Fashionably Amy, also known as Amy. Welcome, everyone. Today we have a very, very fun and exciting episode for you guys because last month, I think it was exactly a month ago, we did
Yep.
part one. Well, it was not supposed to be a part. Like we just did fantasy stealing from our YouTube friends from their wardrobe, stuff that we like. And it was so well received. You guys had so much fun. And you guys immediately in the same episode requested for part two. So that's what we're doing. And yeah, I'm going to start sharing my screen. I'm sure you guys have have noticed who is also part of the people that we're stealing from. So this time we went from your suggestions. So a lot of them are influencers that you guys like. I also like a lot of them, and still also a few of our friends, as you can see. All right. Just as a general reminder, if you're new to the Luxury Live Show, if you have a comment for us or if you have a question that you really want us to see since we're on a different platform, to type actual question marks and then your question. So I'll give you an example. So, who should we steal from today? All right. I think we're going to get started with like Jamie Chua has probably the most dreamy and the most incredible wardrobe of all times. If anything, I think she has one of the biggest Hermes collections in the world. Of course, she's this huge socialite who lives in Singapore. And I started following her a few years ago as well. But without further ado, I'll let Kat get started on her pick first.
Okay. I think I picked two things, but was one. And because I was obsessed with this Menorder, is that how you pronounce it? Oh, but basically this kind of like clutch. And I remember seeing the runway, oh my gosh, for this. And I thought, oh my, that is like the cutest, most extravagant, amazing clutch from Chanel. I had to steal this. I have to. In this video that she revealed this, although she was actually sharing like some stuff not to buy or to buy her favorite things, she actually said that this one has already been booked by her daughter, Callista. So Callista said, I want this. And she actually doesn't really like it because she says it's freaking heavy. Well, since Jamie, you don't want it, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll help you.
I actually remember watching this video of hers. It was a few years back, and I think she was talking about bags that she either regret buying or doesn't really wear or something like that.
Something like that. That's right.
I think it is regret buying. I think from the title there, the part of the title that I
Oh,
can
that's
see.
right.
Yeah, and it was very informative, although I think the normal folks like us, we probably wouldn't end up buying a lot of these things anyway. So understandably, a lot of these pieces that she's showing right here just in front of her are quite novelty. So I would totally understand why. But yeah, if you could just borrow it, right? Why not?
Yeah, and when I was looking at her collection, when you're at a buffet and there's just so much to eat, you actually don't know where to start, right? It's her collection feels like that to me. Every
Mm.
single thing is so gorgeous, so like buffet, like so yummy. I want to try everything, but then I actually get a little overwhelmed. Like, oh my god, what do I go for? Do I go for the salad bar? Do I go for the So I decided that, okay, this was one that of all the videos that she has done with all the unboxings, this stood out to me. And I remembered this because I also saw it at the runway.
Mm.
So I said, okay, if I'm gonna steal one thing, the one that, kind of like memory, right? I'm gonna go and make a beeline to that particular item. And I decided I'm taking
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
rocket ship.
Well, I also had two choices from Jamie's closet, even though her closet literally is like a buffet. It's very, very hard to choose. But if you
Very
guys
hot.
don't follow these people, by the way, they're all linked in the description box. So I chose her beautiful Kelly Mini, and it's the one that she's holding on her right hand. So it's the raspberry color. That one is gorgeous. I remember watching this when she unboxed it. I think it was like last year or the year before. It was fairly recent, not super recent, but fairly recent. And I remember her comparing all the pink colors that she has. I think these three that she has in the picture are all in exotic. And honestly, any of those I would be happy, but especially the raspberry color because it's almost like a red, in my opinion. So for me, I love red, and raspberry pink is like the perfect pink for me. Like if I were to go for a pink, this would be the kind of pink I would go for because it's almost red. So yeah, I remember that one also from my memory. I'm like, oh, I have to go for that one, even though she has plenty. She has many, many mini Kellys, a range of color. I think she has her newest one is probably also exotic, and it's a yellow, I think. I remember, I think.
Mm,
There's just so many to choose from, but I remember this one in particular because I was like, oh, that's such a pretty pink. So I had to go for it.
yes.
But of
Yes.
course, of course, if we really were to choose, like really choose something, right? Fantasy stealing, of course, we're not really going to steal from these people. We love them.
Of course. Oh my gosh. She did a video like 5 or 6 of these Himalayan bags lying around in her house. I'll take one. I'll take the diamond. Is that a diamond Birkin? I think she has the diamond Birkin and the diamond Kelly. I don't know. Just
I think she has a diamond Birkin. The diamond Birkin she has, I think it's either a 35 or a 30. And I think it was a 30. It's like the Holy Grail size and the Holy Grail, basically the most Holy Grail Birkin that you can ever get. And yeah, in this video, I know which video that is. The one on the left is your pick. That video, she was just showing how to glam up, like to put twillies and stuff like that. The one that I chose is her most recent one. So on the right side, I chose her Birkin 25, so her baby Birkin Himalayan. No diamonds, which honestly, I think just as is already so, for me, right, over the top. But I agree with what she was saying in the video. It's like the Himalayan skin can sometimes be darker, sometimes be lighter. So it really depends on the batch. And what she loves about it is that overall it's just white and gray. So it's very neutral, goes with literally everything. And obviously someone like her, she has to collect them as many times as she could every time she gets offered. So I don't fault her for that. I would probably never get offered one like this, but hey, if I can steal one, I would. I would steal the baby Birkin because I would totally rock it, even though I would be
oh.
so scared.
Can I just say this Birkin looks like my floor tiles right now,
Oh
white
my
and
gosh,
gray.
yes. You were just talking about it.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm just okay. Anyway, I would take the 30. I like the baby I like the baby Birkin, of course. 25 is one of the best sizes. But you know, if I could grab one, I'll go all the way and grab the one with the diamonds.
Of course, of course. I mean, they're all beautiful. You cannot go wrong. Like, honestly, you cannot go wrong with anything from her wardrobe. And I'm pretty sure the video on the right, since it's a more recent video, this one is her recent,
Her new house.
her new wardrobe. Yeah. So
yeah, so she's actually staying at is it the Cove? So it's like this section of Singapore that is like gated, and it's by the riverside, and she's got her own, you know, view to the Singapore river. Not river, but well, there's some water outside, and all like it's Porsche. Like her place is like wow.
Well, I'm sure you would have to, right? Like you have to protect your belongings. Pretty sure she said she has something like a fingerprinted protected closet. You would need that, I'm sure, for the amount of stuff that she has and the collection that she has. But yeah, gorgeous collection from Jamie. We're literally dreaming at this point. So we started off very, very high. Like this is like top of the top, cream of the crop. So we're moving down. Well, not moving down necessarily, but like just, this is probably the highest of the highest that we could ever dream of.
I
So,
don't think I can ever leave Singapore if I steal any of her bags.
oh gosh, yeah. But of course, we're going with our favorite, like our own favorite YouTuber. So personally, I also enjoy watching Tamara a lot. I remember following her since she was still in London, and she was already huge back then, but she definitely her career really like shot up, and she's super successful and everything. And I really enjoy watching her content in general. So I'm gonna let Kat talk about her piece first.
Okay, so I decided again that Tamara has a collection that, well, I'm not very familiar with her entire collection, but she has really nice jewelry. Actually, similarly to Victoria from in the Fro, but I decided for this because I actually tried it in store. And this is the Cartier Clash bracelet, and I really like it. So since I've already got the Himalayan Birkin diamond, I decided to give Tamara a break, and I'll just go for her bracelet. But I think I grabbed one bag as well. But this is one I went for. Firstly, it's so expensive in Singapore. I think it's gone up. It's above 10, 11 or 12,000 now. It's just expensive. And I think it'll match my love bracelet very nicely. So I'll grab this first when I'm in your house, Tamara.
I also happen to have tried this bracelet as well, and it was fairly recent. It was right before they had the recent price increase, because I was trying to decide whether I wanted to buy something before the price increase. In the end, I didn't end up buying anything, but I did end up trying this. Since this bracelet and the love bracelet and I think the Juste un Clou were the only ones that had size 15, I'm pretty sure, because the other ones don't make it that small. So I tried this one. It was really gorgeous. But yeah, it was very expensive. I think it was 10,000, something like that. Okay, no. So I originally picked, okay, you know what? I wanted to pick a jewelry too, just to match Kat, because I also picked a couple of items. But I could not find, for the life of me, I could not find the video that she revealed the beautiful Cartier necklace, the Juste un Clou necklace. I know she has it because I remember she was probably one of the first people that I saw someone like online unbox it and wear it. So I don't know which video it was because I can't find it, but that's why I put a picture of the just like a generic picture. But aside from jewelry, so in fact, I'm picking 3 things from her wardrobe. I would take any mini Kelly in any color, any leather. Honestly, the simpler the better in reality, because as much as I would love an exotic, it's very hard for me to pull off exotic every day. So I would just love to take her beautiful mini Kelly in Epsom. Actually, no, that one's not Epsom. That one is Chev. Her one was in Chev, and it's in the color Bleu Brume, which is gorgeous. It's a blue, but it doesn't look blue. It looks kind of like that grayish blue, which is so neutral, beautiful. And, I would always pick bags before picking jewelry, but I can't find those videos, which is why I had to kind of just put it on the side. But
nice pick.
Having said that, of course, we had to pick more than just one thing. It's like her wardrobe is also amazing. Unfortunately, she had an incident. I think it's a couple years now where she got robbed, right? So she had to rebuild her wardrobe. But ever since she rebuilt her wardrobe, not that it was not nice before, it was already so beautiful before, but this time is just on another level. So these are just part of her new collection.
Yeah, her wardrobe, I think what she did was, I hope that never we have to experience something like that.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. But for her, I think she sort of used that opportunity. Okay, I'm looking at it from like a positive perspective, to start clean. Because we've done videos, right, talking about if we could restart our whole collection, if we could redo it all over again, what can we do? So she did it again, and I think her collection now is more sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
It reflects her new style. In her past, like her past before everything happened, her style was more, I guess, trendy, very more. She's always trendy, so it's sort of more I don't know what's the right word, like can't find a better word than trendy. Colorful, I don't know, like just,
yeah.
you know,
A little bit more
it's
colorful,
different.
yeah.
Colorful, yeah, it's like that, flamboyant, maybe that's like, maybe that. But now it's really sophisticated,
Yes.
understated. It's a lot of elegant kind of clothing that she's going for, right? And her bags reflect this. So I decided that I'm gonna take her cargo Birkin.
That's a nice one. It's also pretty rare right now because not a lot of people have the cargo Birkin. I've never seen one in real life, ever. So I
I have
would
seen
have
one.
grabbed that, except I already have a black Birkin, so I don't want another black Birkin.
I mean, but it's a cargo.
I know, but it's still black.
Just take it. Just take it.
Well, you know, since you already took it, I had to go with the like, to me it's not even a second choice. To me it's like, oh, I would love her Birkin Cellier. It's her baby Birkin Cellier in Nata. Oh my gosh, look at this.
God.
This I totally see myself wear, because again, it's a neutral. I already have a black Birkin. I don't need another black Birkin. Like,
That's
how
true.
much more is my look gonna change by just going cargo, right? Not much.
She's got a pocket.
I would, although her Birkin is not really black, it's like a bleu,
It's like a dark
noir or
blue.
something. Like it's a midnight blue, which is almost black. But I would just rather go with her Nata Birkin. It's gorgeous. I think
It's gorgeous.
after this year, if I can go for another bag, if I were to go for another bag, I might try this one. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I might. I don't know.
Yeah. The color is gorgeous. Like,
Yeah.
and it's the white makes it fresh as well,
It's
because
fresh. Yeah.
with the Cellier style, it can look quite serious and stiff-ish, but the white just makes it youthful. So yeah, thanks, Tamara.
Sorry, girl. We love your stuff. But okay, so another influencer which I'm a huge fan of, and she's a sweetheart. It's Victoria. So she's her channel is In the Fro. She's known as Victoria McGrath. And I've been watching her for a while. I think I've watched her even before I started watching Tamara, because I don't know how I discovered her. Probably because I was watching Estee Lalonde a long time ago, and then her friend is Amelia, and Amelia's friends with Victoria, something like that. That's how I
Yes.
discovered her. Or maybe they just, you know how YouTube always tries to recommend channels. So anyway, when I found her, I really enjoyed her content. She's a sweetheart, and if you want fashion content, she's the real deal, because she has a PhD in fashion. So like, if you're looking for like literal fashion content, she's your girl. And she also has an amazing collection. So I'm gonna let Kat talk about her pick.
Yep. I was weighing out, what do I want? Jewelry, because she's an ambassador for Bulgari, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Right? So she wears, like, she does like a lot of jewelry content for them.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe I wanted the serpentine bracelet, but then I remembered that she had this yellow Kelly, which is the Jean Ombre or Amber. And remember, years and years ago, well, not years, actually years and years ago, I wanted a yellow Kelly or a yellow Birkin. I was telling all of you, said that, if there was one color that I could get, it would be this yellow, because it's not such a fluorescent yellow, but it's not too bright or dull. It's just the right sunlight yellow that I think I could pull off in Singapore. So since I'm not going to get one anymore in Singapore, it's a seasonal color. I think it doesn't come out very often. And I don't think they've come out since 3-4 years already. They did pop out maybe for a short period of time. I saw some people revealing Birkins in this color. Yeah, since it's hard to get, it's one of those special colors that appear maybe every 5 years. I'll just take Victoria's.
Yeah, I remember her unboxing this. I think this was her first Hermes handbag, and she had to buy this one pre-loved as well because, like you said, they don't make this color. And I don't believe she does like the Hermes pre-spend like we do either. So I think her Hermes bags are mostly from the pre-love market, which there's nothing wrong if you find the right one. It's actually the perfect way of getting of growing your Hermes collection. So my pick, although I could easily have also stolen her beautiful Kellys in the background, I went with the Chanel pearl bag. If there's, well, more than one, but if there's one Chanel bag that I definitely missed the boat on, it's this one. And not that this bag trumps Hermes bags, but in a way it does, because I really like, that's my style. I really like to dress a certain way that allows me to wear bags like this, even though it looks dressy. The way I see it is like, it almost has, you know, think of the Prada crystal. It almost has like a casual vibe to it, even though it's very, very pearly and almost too dressy. But yeah, if I had to steal something, and since you already took the yellow, I have to leave one for her, so I'm gonna take her Chanel.
I was just
take
gonna
her Chanel pearl
say,
bag.
like, you love this bag so much that you'll have
I
two, because you
know.
stole Jerusha's one as well. But
I
it's okay.
know. But it's a new episode, so we have to, you know.
No, the
I mean,
more the
there's a theme,
merrier.
right? There's a recurring theme. We usually go for the stuff we like, that we really
Yeah.
like. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Victoria, she has an amazing collection, and she loves all kinds of brands. One of her
Yeah.
videos, she was downsizing her collection. It's worth watching. It's very, like, all her videos are very, very educational, especially if you love watching fashion content. Okay, Amelia, right? So I watched Amelia since I was watching Estée Lalonde, because they're really good friends. And I just love her bubbly personality. She's just so down to earth. She just seems like someone that you would just be able to meet and like talk about all kinds of stuff. So love her. And Kat went with the Birkin. Yeah.
I went with the Birkin because, was it last week that we spoke of? When did we speak about
I think it
Birkins?
was either last or the last week.
When I was saying that, oh, I know now. Okay, we were doing it in the members live, talking
I
about
think it
our,
was, yeah.
so Birkins that I would like to get in the future. I would like to get a different color, or I could do it again. I think it would be something like this. This is Grease. I can't remember what color it is. One of the grays.
Isn't it? Wait, isn't it Meyer?
I think it's Grease Meyer. One of the grays. One of the grays. When she took it out, I was like, oh my gosh, that is a nice gray. It's not too dark, but yet it's still light, and it's dark enough to keep it, easy to maintain. But at the same time, it's still brighter than a black. You know what I mean? It's like I think I have a thing about black Birkins right now, that because I don't use mine as much, so I am manifesting something softer. So this gray, wow, it's such a good pick. So I decided to go for this particular Birkin. It's coming home with me.
Yeah, this is a good one. It's also her newer bag. I remember watching this too, and I was like, wow, beautiful. But since I'm still like daydreaming about mini Kellys, and honestly, when you have a slew of mini Kellys, like almost like you open the drawer and you see a candy colored. Well, I guess hers are not candy colored, but I would steal all her mini Kellys easily, even though these are actually they're pretty neutral, except for the pink one. They're pretty neutral, which is perfect for me. I can rock a neutral any day, and I would love all of them. They're just amazing, especially I spoke about this before. As much as I would dream about an exotic, I also just like very simple. I want simple leathers. So these are just perfect for me. If I could just steal from her, that would be perfect.
This reminds me of, when you go to a Chanel and they open the
Yeah, I
cabinet
know,
and you're like,
yeah.
whoa, you see the whole row of all the Kellys or like Chanels, and you're like,
Yeah.
can I see that bag, please? That one there.
One day, one day. I mean, I'll hopefully can even start with one and then go from there, But
What is that color on the top right? That gray, is that Meyer as well? That Epsom.
I think I'm not sure. It could be 8 time. I don't
Mm.
remember, but it just looks good.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's such a good gray. I mean, yeah, it could be a tan, yeah, but it also looks like this grease Meyer. It's such a beautiful gray.
Yeah, I like the one especially on her Birkin. The reflection almost makes it have a little undertone of blue, which goes very well with what she was wearing, her jeans. I think that's why gray has always been I don't want to even call it my favorite color because it's not really my favorite color per se, but I like this color because it goes with everything and it's a little softer than black, like you said, even though I'm totally okay with black also. But I know what you mean though. Anytime it's in the family of neutrals, right? And
Mhm.
if you don't want to quite go for white or like very light color, gray is kind of the best middle ground because you can be a bit carefree. You can be
Yep.
quite carefree actually, but it will still also look very good with light color outfits, which is so versatile.
Yeah.
Okay, so more from Amelia that I'm stealing. I know I'm cheating.
Wow.
I'm cheating. I know. So Amelia has
Unique,
like the most. How can I describe her collection? Um,
diverse.
it's very diverse, yeah. So maybe there's a recurring theme with these they're British based influencers, right? Maybe there is a recurring theme. She was more into Chanel before. More recently, she's into Hermes. But I remember every time she would unbox a Chanel bag, it's so different from
Mm,
like anybody else's collection. She would always choose something so interesting. So yeah, like these ones were just the ones that I saw on one of her recent what did you call these shorts, like yeah, short videos. And they're just, I mean, you could just see the pics that I have here. They're so diverse, and she has some that are kind of vintage. She has some that are newer. There's this the one on the left. I think it's from the is it the 19s collection, right? The one where they had the Chanel earrings. I must be. And then
I
the
think so.
yellow, and then the most recent one being that little one that she's holding on the second picture.
That's
So
cute.
yeah, very cute. If
Oh
anybody
my
has her
gosh.
collection, like you're set as well. In a way, that's the thing. Like with handbags, you can never be you can never have too many, I guess, in a way. Um, Especially if you're a real collector. But the thing is, these people, they collect, but they also really use them.
Yeah.
So I like that about them very much as well. Like
I
I
guess
think
in the
Amelia,
recent
she really. Mhm.
yeah, in the recent years, I think Amelia does more like fashion content and vlogs because
Mm.
because you said you follow her for a while, but she used to do a lot of makeup, right?
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't watched it in a while actually, but yeah, now that I see so many handbags, I better pick up my video content from her. Like, wow, I didn't know she had so many bags now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember when I was really into Chanel the last few years. I was watching her quite a bit because every time she would unbox a bag, it's totally different from what most people would pick. And that's interesting to watch, right? Like it's sort of nice to know what other people buy as well. Because she would go for colors like yellow and green, like stuff like that, right? So it's very interesting.
I do like that cute, small, hobo style Chanel. That is so adorable. Probably
Mhm.
fit nothing, but it's okay. It's an accessory.
That's the thing with luxury. I find like these days, especially with what's happening with luxury and how not just that the price has skyrocketed, but the availability has also reduced. It almost feels like if like I think about a lot of the stuff that I had in the past, and not that I'm going back and looking back and regretting stuff, but if you really didn't hold on to a lot of stuff, you would regret it a lot, I would feel, because yes, what I have right now, I'm super happy and I'm really glad that I kept it tight and I'm really trying to use everything. There's always room for improvement, but when you look at people like Amelia and Tamara, like they just keep everything, right? Like Jamie Chua, she just keeps
Yeah.
everything. So like you it's sort of like the other extreme where if you're able to keep everything, just keep everything, and you can look back many many years later and be like so not proud, but like you can think back of a lot of things because like you would think about what's available today and what it costs and compared to back then is a huge difference.
Yeah.
So anyway, just another channel for you guys to discover if you don't already. Okay, Maria. Maria, I started watching her more recently, and I think the video that I discovered her was the video for the Coco handle because she bought the exact same Coco handle that I had too, the gray one. And that's when I discovered her and I started continue to watch her. And what I love about her collection too, she's very heavy in Chanel. And I like that she chooses a lot of pastel colors, which is why I went for like even though she started doing Hermes as well, but I went for I went for the Chanel. I went for this other bag that I also missed the boat on. Although I have the black one, and I was very lucky to get the black one from my friend. But I would love this white one. It's just so dreamy, and
It's
if I could just have
beautiful.
the white one, it would be fine. Like this, either this white one or the pearl one, it would complete my top handle mini situation.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I watched Maria when she was sharing about some top that was fake. Do you remember
Yes,
that?
I remember that.
There was a Chanel top that she purchased, and then she did a video about how she found out that was fake. I think that was one of my first few videos. Maybe I watched previous ones, but it didn't like say, oh, who's this YouTuber? But I think that's the one that I really remembered. That made me like, oh my gosh, I need to subscribe. And it was a jacket. No, 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 not a jacket. Like a top like this that had Chanel, and she said it looks so real. But then when she started, because she's bought so much ready to wear over the years, that she could tell like this is not authentic. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she bought it from Vestiaire.
I thought it was eBay, but anyway, it
Oh,
could
was
be
it
this.
eBay?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it
Maybe
was
it was
eBay.
eBay. Yeah. Anyway, it was a resale purchase, and she did like she said, oh, the buttons, the material, the tag. And I think after that video, I was thinking, how would you know? Like, if you don't buy a lot of ready to wear, how would you know? Because it looks so legit. Really, wow, I would have never guessed. Anyway, after that video, I was like, okay, I'll watch her videos, and she does a lot of Chanel, like you said. She does a lot of like varied haul. It's not just bags, it's jewelry, it's clothing, it's shoes. But then since I'm on a Birkin hunt, I decided that I'm going to take this Birkin. It is the gold Birkin 25 in Ethiopia. And I think this was bought from a reseller as well. Oh my gosh, look at that color. I need it. Thank you, Maria.
Yes, thank you, Maria. If only, right? Like I love this this top handle white one, and especially since I let go of my top handle cocoa, I need a light color top handle mini now. um Sometimes it's just like it looks the grass is greener on the other side all the time, right? But
That's true.
regardless, I really admire her pastel colored Chanel's that she tends to buy a lot of pastel light color stuff, and it's always so nice to watch. Like I get a bit too nervous if all my stuff is very light color because I am careful, but I want to be carefree, you know. So but yeah, I would love to get this white one. It would be great. So thanks, Maria.
Thanks, Maria.
Oh my goodness.
We're never gonna be invited anywhere, okay?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Especially after this. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna do a part 3, but I think we've stolen enough stuff so far. But okay, so those were all the YouTubers, influencers that we watch, and now we're moving on to friends or friend YouTubers. So Christina, known as Christina Brawley, I've been watching her for a long time.
Oh
I
yeah.
think her first
Me too.
video was or at least the video that I remember that really left a big impression on me was the jumbo single flap, because after watching her, I went on a hunt to get the jumbo single flap. And it turned out that I bought from the same exact seller that she bought it from after I found mine. It turned out that we bought it from the same seller. I don't know if it's because I saw it on her channel or if it's just, I don't know. I don't remember anymore. But aside from that, she also is a medical doctor. She does also a lot of medical content, which I love watching. I'm sort of like, aside from fashion, I love watching a lot of stuff about health. So her channel is just full of information. And I had to, well, she had a lot of stuff that I wanted to steal as well. But I had to go with a bag that I don't own yet and that I really want. So I had to go with her Constance 18 in gold color. It's just perfect color, perfect bag, perfect size. So I had to go with that.
Wow.
Hi, Christina.
That's a good pick. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous bag. Yeah, she has quite a few Birkins. Like yeah, she's
I was
collected quite a
thinking
few.
of a baby Birkin in gold color too, because I'm like, you know, that would be a nice light color for me since I have the black one already.
I've watched her for a long time as well. So I remember like there's some videos that it's just when I think of it, I'm like, okay, that's Christina's video. Like her car, her car when she got this like I don't know, like some kind of like painting. It's not a paint. It's like a film over it that is this beautiful like purpley rainbow shift. It's wow. Okay. Anyway, I decided that since I took Mel in Melbourne's gold,
You have to have both
diamond,
versions.
I'll take the white, I'll take the silver. So I will have a matching, like, you know, I've got the rose gold diamond one from Mel. And then now I'll take Christina's like silver version with diamonds as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's super nice. And I personally love white gold or silver looking jewelry. So this would actually look pretty good on my stack too, since I already have some white gold going on.
I'll lend it to you.
Thanks. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Christina's awesome. If you guys don't follow her already, of course, I'm sure you guys do. But her content has been very like interesting from both sides, either hauls or I love her medical videos. She explains stuff like in lay terms, but still from, you know, with her professional background. So I like that.
And you know, too bad that she's only, I think she's only based in the States, right? And then because now, right, wait, let me just show you. Because I'm really into candles right now. I've got a candle burning, and she started a candle business.
Oh right, yes.
It's called.
And also she has scrubs too.
Oh yeah, scrubs. Like she is an entrepreneur. Okay, so she did like scrubs for the hospitals, and then the most latest one, which every time I watch her video, I'm like, oh, I can't order any. I would love to try it, but oh well. Maybe if I ever visit the States again, I'll ask my brother, order some for me. I want to try it out.
Next time, yeah, next time you I mean, it's kind of a hassle too, even for like, you know how like Canada's customs is super stringent with I mean it's probably easier for us, but like, you know, with the extra customs is like never pleasant. But
Never
yeah,
play.
Christina is awesome. Okay, moving on to GPS. I am GPS. You guys all know him. We've had him as a guest on our channel for the Luxury Live show. So hi, GB. um,
Hi.
yes. So I guess we both went with the constants, and well, I love the one that you picked, but I had to go with this one, which is totally different. It's sort of like a heritage leather. It's called the Butler leather, and it's in the color Natural Sable. And I was just like, okay, I'm sold. Like, I've never even heard about this leather in the past, ever. Of course, GPS is full of knowledge about Hermes. His channel is basically very heavily based on Hermes, and he's a huge, huge lover, fan of Hermes himself, from a guy's perspective, which is cool. And yeah, I mean, I also thought about his mini Kelly because I know he likes his mini Kelly, and I still want a mini Kelly, so I thought about that too. But I thought this one was super extra original because
Mm,
I've never heard of this leather before.
yeah, this is interesting. Butter leather, the butler leather. I've never
Yeah,
heard of it.
yeah, never heard of it. So I kind of just went ahead and pulled a couple of information for you guys, just so that you know what it is. Because you know, if I told you Butler leather, it would mean nothing to you. So Butler leather is a natural, untreated leather, often mistaken for Barania, but much rarer. It is closer
Ooh.
relation to Tadillac. It is silky smooth, very subtle grain, very prone to scratches, but small scratches can easily be buffed out. Over the years, Butler leather will reveal pretty sheen, and it was released in 2013. And just as a comparison, since it was compared to Tadillac, I also put the Tadillac. Like these two bags look like you can't even tell the leather difference. But the left one, the Kelly is a Butler leather, and the Constance is a Tadillac. So Tadillac, also called Veau Tadillac, is a smooth, very soft calf skin, no visible grains, commonly used in leather jewelry and small leather goods, prone to scratching, blistering if it gets wet. So be prepared to put in some effort to maintain it, but well worth the payoff. So just that's just FYI. It looks nice.
It
I mean
looks
the Butler leather
really
looks
nice.
really nice.
I'll
It
take any of these small, soft, like not a soft, sorry, smooth leather. Because I
mm,
picked the box, so you
yeah.
picked
So the
the.
box is shinier, right? Whereas I think the
Mm,
Butler is still
more
smooth, but
matte.
it doesn't look as shiny to me. That's my impression. I don't know anything, so but that's just my impression.
Oh my gosh! Now I might want that brown one. I'm in. I'm into getting heritage leathers now. So I only know like box, Tedelac, Barania. So now I know a new one, Butler. Wow. I don't know. Well, I'll take the black one first because I don't have box, and I've always wanted something in box.
Mhm.
My essay is totally against it, or at least maybe it's hard to get, so don't even ask me to try. Because when I first started my journey, I did mention it that you think box, and my essay is like, no, you will not be able to um tahan. Tahan is like
Like
withstand,
maintain it.
maintain, because it will scratch so easily. But I've come to a stage now where I'll I'll deal with the scratches. I think maybe I think I can see from my essay's perspective. Maybe being the very first bag, don't go too crazy if you're not familiar with carrying for such expensive bags. So go with the safe option, which is a great option. It's Togo or Clemence. But then it's still something that haunts me. Like I need that soft, buttery leather. I'm taking yours, G. I'm taking your Constance.
Yeah, it would be really interesting if one day we're blessed enough to get offered one of these heritage leathers, because you hear the description about the properties and how you have to be careful about. I think scratches are not such a big deal to me anymore, but like water
Yeah.
blistering, that I'm scared about. I'm like, oh, I don't want my bag to blister. So that's something to find out if we are even, blessed enough to get these bags in the future. But yeah, in the meantime, I'd be happy to steal. I'd be happy to steal some. Oh my goodness.
Can I just say, G looks so handsome in that screenshot that you just
Aw,
took?
yeah, he is handsome though. What do you mean?
He is. I mean, but it's like
I think
like
it's the hair. He changed his hair since the last time we saw him.
Oh yeah, he had blonde hair.
He had blonde hair last time, and I think he went back to his natural hair, which
it's so good. Like it's like, okay, so to be fair, like all the other screenshots, I was trying to get like the right, like at least they don't look like, because you're taking a screenshot, right? So I was trying my best to get like the best, but if I got the best face, the bag's a little, or the items a little blurry, right? Yeah. So it was really hard, but I have to say the shot that you got, it's really good. It's a good screenshot.
You know what? It's easier to use your phone to pause where you want to pause. Like I just scroll to, with the mouse on the laptop, you have to click every time, but on the phone you can just move it with your finger. So that's why I try to move to the perfect spot.
Yeah, so I think I'll try it the next time.
Yeah. But either way is fine. But yeah, this is a good screenshot. Actually, I'm proud of myself now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, well done.
Oh my god,
he looks really good. He always looks good. But like this is like it's model, like
very model-esque, right?
Very model-esque.
Well, speaking of GPS, we had him I think either exactly a year ago or over a year ago on our luxury live show. So we would love to have him back if if he's available.
Call him back again. Different hair already.
Because even last time we had to wait. He was moving, I think, last time that we had him, and we had to wait till he, I don't know. I think he was like in a different location or something. But anyway, so yeah, we'll have to ask him back. Okay, Lou, also another guest that we had on the luxury live show, and also our friend. Hi, Lou. She has an amazing collection as well, and I particularly love her love for white color bags. So I almost couldn't choose one. I had to include the screenshot with all her bags because I'm like, do I go for the pearl or do I go for the mini Kelly in white, or do I go for that cookies and creams Chanel 19? Like they all look so good to me, so I almost couldn't choose. But you guys get the idea, right? Like Lou's our friend, so I can just borrow all of it, right? Just borrow, steal.
What do you mean borrow? We're taking it home.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I didn't get the best screenshot because Lou's she has a very soft lighting in some of her videos. So this is her, I think she calls it like her Tiffany blue Chanel. I decided to give the Hermes a break, but go for this one. And it is a gorgeous blue. I don't go for blue bags very often. It's not my color. And if I were to pick a blue, it has to be a very specific blue. And this is like one of the more neutral blues that I've seen. And it's so gorgeous. It's like Blue Broom. I think Blue Broom would work for me. But from Chanel, wow, this is just very, very soft and subtle. And it's in caviar. I think it's caviar. Yeah, it's in caviar. So it's caviar. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lou.
I can't remember if it's this bag or was it this one, or maybe it was her white one
that had a stain on it, right? Is
Well,
that the
she
one?
bought from I think it was I think it was her reseller friend. But customs opened it and they left a pen mark in her
That's
bag.
right. That's
Can't
right. I
remember
think
if
it's
it's this bag, but I remember watching that story when she was talking about it. She mentioned it at the end, so not during the unboxing because she wanted to just show the bag and it is still a happy like unboxing, right? But at the end she talked about how like there was a pen mark, she's tried to get it off or something. And yeah, that was I would be devastated. I'd be like like I could totally understand and empathize with like what happened because I'm like what the heck, you know? But I think it was this bag. Was it this bag? Or
I
was it the
can't
white bag?
remember.
I can't remember now.
Or was it the caramel?
I
That's
don't
how
remember.
many bags
Maybe.
lose. Yeah,
It's
it
one of
was
those.
one of those, and it's in the inner flap. It was a blue
Yeah.
pen mark. It's like an inch long. Like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
poor girl. But what I mean,
It was on the inside, so
it was on the
but still,
inside.
that was not nice. That was not cool. Um, but yeah, maybe it wasn't this one then. But anyway, she does a lot of. Well, I'm sure you guys know her already. She does a lot of cool. Like her collection is quite it's quite curated. I have to say, like just a bunch of classics, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
classics.
So
Okay,
gorgeous.
Saki, we just had her on our channel. Hi, Saki.
Hi.
Actually, I'll let you go first. I want to see what you actually chose because I don't really know from
You
the.
don't know? Well, okay. I'm choosing the Chanel Classic Flap in pink. So
Okay, so not the 19.
not the 19. So
Okay, okay.
Saki was saying that one of her favorite bags is this pink. It's vintage. Well, not vintage. It's sort of like an older one. So I believe it's the one because she's so many. I'm like, oh my god, did I get the right one? But I've always liked a pink bag, like a pink Chanel bag. I think in my past 5 6 years, maybe more, 6 years ago, I did a video saying that if there's one bag that I could get, it would be nice to have a pink, like a soft pink Chanel Classic flap. But over the years, they haven't come out with one that's just the right shade. And in Saki, I mean, in our live with Saki, she did say that, it's not all pinks. Yes, she loves pink, but she's quite particular in her pinks. She likes them either they're quite muted, rich, deeper, muted. Maybe it has a bit more depth to it, or she goes on the other spectrum, which is this baby pink. So she has, like, she wouldn't like any pink, which I cannot understand. Like, I don't like every single green and particular blues as well. But anyway, she has this really gorgeous Chanel Classic flap in pink that I think it's the perfect pink. And she also said she got that from the reseller. It was one of the best pinks ever.
Yes, I would have chosen the same one as well. So if I could steal both this exact same pink Chanel flap, just
Look at it.
I think there's something about pink that, for me, like I've always said, right? I don't dislike pink, but it has to be so specific. And usually I tend to go for the darker, almost like fuchsia pink, just because it's closer to red color. But if it
Mm.
is a lighter pink, it has to be that perfect shade of light pink, right? So that would be like a great one. But I didn't go for it just because I also really like her picotin. You guys know I love the picotin 18 in general as a bag. It's just one of the easiest going, most affordable, not most affordable, but one of the more affordable Hermes bag, but super well made and just super convenient and easy to use. And like I said before, all my bags are pretty much black, like the ones from Hermes, right? So it would be nice to have a lighter version. I think the theme is there, right? Like you guys saw how I chose everyone's bags all in the light colors, basically, because
Mm.
I think that's what I'm needing right now. I'm needing to inject more light colors in my collection.
You're
And
craving that color because it's so
I
dark
am.
right now. Makes
I
sense.
am. So, like even recently, as I there was a few days that we had a heat wave. It cooled down again, and then it kind of got warm today, but like it was kind of hot, right, for a few days, and I just didn't feel like wearing a black bag. It just didn't feel like it was the right vibe for me, right? I just felt like wearing a light color bag, and the lightest color bag that I could wear, at least for that particular day, because I wanted to match my sandals. My sandals were beige, so I wanted to match like the same color family. So I had to go with my Lindy because there was no other bag that was in that kind of taupey light color. Like I couldn't go with my gray classic flap because that's too cool tone, and like the green cocoa handle is just clashing the color wise, right? So I need more light colors, or just colors in general, to inject into my collection to make it more balanced.
It's
I
coming.
think
It's coming.
it's coming. Oh, I hope so. But I'm telling you, if I get a black mini Kelly, I'll still take it. Oh my gosh, I just want one. Oh. Okay, last but not least, Oxana, who also was on our, I think it was also a year ago.
Has it been so long? Wow,
Actually, has
time
it been a year
flies.
yet? I know with GPS it has been, because I was looking at the video and it says a year ago, so I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe it hasn't been at that long with Oxana, but we definitely had her last year, and she just, well, not just, but she went to Paris, came back, had many things to unbox and share, and so I had to pick her. Although I don't know which one. Did she get this in Paris? I think she did. Her mini bolide in mauve pâle. It's cute. Again, I just need light color bags, mini, all size, all kinds of size, and this is just a cute little bag in the prettiest color, like mauve pâle. It's like so cool. Yeah, you know what? When I was looking at her collection, I was also considering the Cellier Birkin, but that one was in like this gorgeous Bordeaux wine color. And I was like, it's a bit dark, since I'm kind of not in the mood for choosing dark colors, which is why I went for this one. But yeah, she has a gorgeous collection as well.
Seeing all this mini bolides make me feel like I should ask for a mini bolide. But then again, do I really want it? Like we just talked about it. Well, now we're talking about it. We talked about it with Jessie Styles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's cute though. It's cute. And I think I watched another YouTuber, Jade from ZZ Style Books. She has this amazing Hermes collection. I think she's based in Paris. So she showed 2 mini bolides, and she talked about it and said that it's really cute. That she uses it for, when it's kind of understated because nobody really knows. And I'm starting to like, I think I need a mini bolide, but a very specific one. I only like it in Chef or Epsom. Any other leathers? I'm not sure.
I think for me, it's the color that matters more.
Yeah, I think for the mini bolide, the color is important.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go for the big boy from Oxana's collection. This ostrich croc. I think this is like her holy grail. I'm sorry, Oxana. I'm taking it. I mean,
you have to come to Canada though.
I know that's a little problematic, because we need visa to get to Canada. First, I gotta get a visa. I need to apply for a visa. It's one-time entry. Oh no, it's 1-year visa. There's so much documentation to get into Canada just to get this back. I'm not sure, but might be worth it.
Maybe you have to wait for me to steal it, and then I can bring it. Maybe.
All right, we'll swap. I'll lend you Christina's watch. You can take this and we'll swap.
Okay.
We'll swap.
How nice of you.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, this bag, I mean, I'm starting to really like ostrich leather. Croc is amazing, but my essay said that it's actually quite high maintenance because you can't get it wet. I'm not sure if it applies to every single color or every single, whether it's matte or shiny. Maybe there's a difference. But if you get a croc bag wet, it will leave like a mark or stain, or maybe, I don't know, it will blister. But anyway, it's a bit of maintenance. But it'll last forever because it's a beautiful, very, very sturdy leather. But ostrich apparently is one of, like, it's really easy to maintain. So the more I've been reading about it, I am becoming the ones that like it, like the that like ostrich leather. It's a little split. Either you like it or you don't like it. You don't. Some people don't like it because it looks like brown pimples, I guess. But at first I thought about that. I'm like, it's kind of like polka dotty. But now I really like it. Now when I see an ostrich bag, I'm like, my lens has shifted. So now that I'm looking at Oxana, I'm like, I like it. And it has a little bit of croc, which I'll figure out how to handle. Yes.
Yeah, I have a feeling that with croc, just like the box leather, you just can't get it wet. That's all. But I do wonder, like, they say it will blister, but is really one raindrop of water really going to matter that much, right? That's what I'm wondering, because I do have a touch picotin with well, okay, it's alligator, which is basically croc, but it's not shiny though. Mine's matte alligator, and I have worn it in the rain. I don't recommend it, but like I was caught in the rain. Like it just started raining. It's not because it was raining and then I wore it. It was nice, and then it started raining, and I just got back in the car and I just used my hands to like just swipe all the water away, and it was fine. So I do wonder maybe if there's maybe like a grace period, almost like maybe if you just get it away, get the water
before it
away
sinks
quickly.
in.
Yeah, as long as it's not like seeped in, and because I don't see anything on my bag, and it's perfectly fine. And I have got caught in the rain, right? So there's no rain jacket for the picotin either. So I thought it was durable, so I was like, oh, I quite like it, and I was really like, I was very even more pleased with the bag since, because even though Togo also, like they say, right? They say you're not supposed to get any of your bags wet. That's what they say at HERMES. I think they can't really tell you to like, oh, a little bit is okay. Like I don't think they are supposed to tell you that, but like I have got caught in rain with all my bags. Actually, all my bags I got caught in rain, and as long as I get back in the car and I either stamp it with a tissue if it's a lot of water, or if it's just a little bit, I will just swipe it with my hands, like literally get it off, and it's all been fine. So I do wonder how sensitive it really is, like shiny croc and box, like all of those. It would be good to know. Maybe we should ask G next time he gets back here.
Yeah, we should ask him.
Yeah,
so I
'cause
I see a comment from
Uh-huh.
Catherine Macy. She said that I had a croc wallet.
Uh-huh.
One drop of water destroyed. No ostrich goes dark with water. It's interesting. I
That
mean,
is
like,
interesting.
and that's what my essay said to me. Like, you have to be really careful. So if you get a drop of water, maybe you have to literally boom, boom. Like it's drop, quickly wipe. Don't even let it sink into the past that layer. It maybe you're fast enough.
Maybe. I'll check it again. In fact, I can just go grab it. But let me just finish the slide. So again, reminder, put question marks in front of your comment. And since we don't have the calendar right now to show you, we'll have it. But just wanted to let you know that next week we have an episode with the biggest ever panel with 3 of our friends from Australia. So stay tuned. It's going to be on Kat's channel. And yeah, that's it for the slides.
Yeah, our biggest panel ever. It's gonna be chaotic.
Okay, let me grab my bag because now I'm really curious. I want to see if I can even like spot any water water residue
Mm.
of any sort, because I don't see it. And I definitely got caught with rain with that one. So let me just go grab it.
Okay.
Hopefully
I'm gonna
I don't find
scroll
anything.
up. I'm gonna scroll all the way up and see if you got any comments. Oh, Joe is in Korea. Hi, Joe. Wow. Hi from hi from Singapore. Hello to Korea. Oh my gosh, Joe. Wait. Oh, where is that? Okay, this is the one. Joe, you're in Korea. You need to get this viral sunblock. It's called Beauty of Jason. Jason, Joseon. Basically, it's a matte sunstick SPF 50. And my friend went to Korea. I haven't used it yet, but she gave it to myself and she gave it to a few other girls. And this other girlfriend was telling me, she said, this stuff is legit. It's so good. This girl that used it, she said she went to Taiwan for hiking and she just swiped it on her body. And the spots that she missed out, sunburned. But the spots with the swipes, she's like, oh my gosh, this stuff is so good. So anyway, go grab it. Beauty of Jason is a viral sun stick. I think it's really viral on TikTok.
Where did you buy yours?
I didn't get it. My friend who went to Korea bought it. It's really good. So I'm after I saw my other friend's sunburn, I was like, okay, I think it's time to take it out to use. I don't know, why is it so good? Why is it so good?
Can you look at the is it just Korean? Can you look at the ingredient to see what's the mineral? Is it a mineral? It must be a mineral.
It's a mineral sun. Oh no. It's let me see.
Oh.
Let me check for you. Is it a mineral sunscreen or is it?
Because there's a lot of stick form sunscreen that I was just looking at because the summer is really coming now. We're gonna get more nicer days going forward. So I'm really trying to buy one that's easy to just put in a bag. But you know how like sometimes with lotion, you don't want to get all your hands greasy. So if you can just swipe, that would be easy.
Yeah. So this is not a mineral sunscreen. This is chemical because there is no titanium titanium. Wait, there is a little bit.
Or is there zinc?
No zinc. No titanium and no zinc. It's a methyl.
Oh, okay. So it's a chemical sunscreen.
It's a chemical sunscreen, but it's got a lot of good ingredients. It's got like turmeric, Amelia sunseed oil. It's got a lot of jojoba. It's got a lot of oils in the middle, but at the top is probably all the chemical components. Yeah, but anyway, it's a viral stick, and all you do is swipe it.
So convenient.
So convenient. Joe, go get it. Go get it. Go get it. You're in Korea. Go get it.
Buy a few.
Buy a few. It works.
But yeah, I just checked. Literally, good as new. Nothing. I can't see anything, and I have really good eyesight. Like I don't need reading glasses yet. So I'm just telling. Like I can't see anything. Literally, it's been so good. Like this bag, I love it so much because it's literally carefree. It's like this huge bag. It was also one of the least expensive. I think yeah, it is my least expensive bag from HERMES as well. So I really love it, which is why I've been always talking about this bag. I think you guys are sick of it. But I don't see anything. So it begs the question. I almost wonder, is matte alligator a bit more durable? Or is it just because mine is black? That is also maybe that's why. Maybe because it rained on it and then I swiped it and so it got distributed evenly so you don't see it. Maybe that could be the reason. I don't know. I don't know.
Will
so
ask
I'm wondering
my essay
with Catherine, right? Like which color is your wallet? And is it a shiny croc? Like I'm just so curious because we hear it all the time that it gets destroyed. It's so sensitive. And it just makes me wonder because mine is totally fine. So, okay, I think I see a question. Are you at the top or?
I am, but
okay.
I'm just still at Joe's Korea comment.
Okay, we have a question from Diana from the bottom. What do you think of the Hermes Shandong Enchaîné ring in rose gold? Love it. Pretty sure that's the ring that everyone has.
Oh, the one
Right?
that is like the piggy's nose, right?
I think so. Let me just double check because I could be wrong. Shandong Enchaîné, yeah. Okay.
It's a nice ring. It's easy to match everything. Okay, yeah. And it's a good stacking piece if it is the one that we
Yeah,
are
it is.
both thinking of, right? The one
It
that's
is.
just chains and all that. Yeah, it's a really nice ring. It's
Mhm.
not how do you say, it's a good ring that you can stack with, say, a band, like if you have a band ring, or a thinner ring with diamonds. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Like everyone has this ring except me, but like literally everyone that starts their journey almost buys this ring quite early on.
It used to be so much cheaper, but in the
Yeah.
recent couple of years, this one has gotten more expensive. But it's
But it's a
because
good ring.
it's very
Definitely love
popular.
it.
Yeah, it's very, very popular. Go for it if you're trying to look for it. But it's hard to get as well in store.
Yeah. The stock is the problem. They either don't have the size or
Mhm.
they don't have the stock at all. And so you have to catch it at the right time, or if they let you put a deposit, because like in Canada, if the stock is already coming to your store but it hasn't been bought yet, obviously, then you can put a deposit to secure one. So that is one way of getting your rings. But I think
But
Diana is not from Canada. She's from the Singapore, I think.
she's Singapore, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Christina dropped by. Christina Burley said, "Y'all so cute." Hello.
Hi, babe. Christina
Is
is
it a
such a
holiday?
sweetheart.
Is
Sorry?
it a holiday weekend for America? Because I was watching some of the news. It's something like a Memorial Day weekend. Is it this weekend or is it next weekend? Is- we don't have Memorial Day weekend.
American, I don't know, but we had Victoria Day weekend last week. So like last
Mm.
Friday was our Victoria Day, but I don't think that has anything to do with the US. So I don't know if they have a different holiday this week then. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was watching the news and it says that travel
Oh,
in the
Jen
States.
says yes.
Is it
Jen
this
is from the
weekend?
US.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Oh, Memorial Day. There you go.
there we go. Okay, so I was
So
not
it's a long
wrong.
weekend.
It's a long weekend, and then apparently there is like a lot of talks about chaos at the airport because it was a bad Memorial Day weekend last year. You could not cope with the amount of people traveling. So now they're trying to fix it or getting better or something. So I was like, oh, I think it's a public holiday weekend. This was a long weekend for everyone.
Mm.
I like a good long weekend. It feels like, especially waking up on Sunday. If Monday's a public holiday, you're like,
Mm. True.
ah, it's Saturday again.
That's true. Hmm.
Oh, here we go. CH, Amy. If you have a gold constance, would you let go of your gold butt bag? Yes, she's letting
Oh
it
my.
go.
Okay, wait. I didn't say yes. Okay, Kat answered it for me because she probably wants me to let it go. I don't know why, but that is a good question. You know why? Because they're gonna be both the same color, and it's essentially gonna be both a crossbody bag, except that I actually prefer the aesthetic of the Constance. So it will be a really really interesting question to ask me again when I get my Constance, which I don't think it'll be anytime soon because you guys know how it is here. So the only exception is if I somehow get it while I'm not in Canada, so like elsewhere. Um, but if it's already
It's
going
as
to
good
be
as gone.
gold, the thing is, it will make my decision a lot easier
Mm,
because if it's already gold, and that's gold as well, then I don't need two of the same color, even though they are different bags, but they're similar enough. Just like that's how I justified letting go of my Coco handle in gray color. because my classic flap is also a light gray. They're both light gray. Yes, they're different bags and they're even different shades actually, but very close. But when worse comes to shove and I have to like grab a bag in that color family, I'll always just grab one. Or I'll tend to do that, right? So I don't want to be in that dilemma where I have two and I feel guilty for not grabbing the other one as much. That's more a personal thing. Like I just don't like to not use my bags as often as I could. So chances are I might. But that will be, I don't have to make that decision anytime soon. And I'll still revisit it at then, because right now I just don't even see that happening. Like this bag, this Constance bag, all these bags in my wish list take forever to manifest. Like they take forever. So I'm not even like, I'm not even thinking about it, because who knows, maybe my next quota bag, not the one this year, but the one in the following years, might not even be a Constance. I might still go for something else instead. So who knows when, right? I really don't know. But if it's the same color, it will make the decision a ton easier. That's for sure.
Yeah, and they're quite similar in sense that in terms of the shape, similar to the debate if would you keep the Constance or the Ruly. It's the same squarish shape, flat bag with a compartment, whereas the Della Cavaliera bag has, I guess, and up against the Constance, it's that it doesn't have a partition, so you can put larger things inside. Say you want to put your whole camera, right? Say your vlogging camera. I would think the Della bag is a better size and a construction, but
well, also the stuff like this, because remember I had this when I visited you, or
that's true.
Yeah, I visited you in the US, and I was trying to put this in your bag. So in my bag, it would sit upright. In your bag, we had to do this.
Yeah, true.
So this is a liquid bottle. I would be kind of nervous if I didn't have an organizer liner inside, right? Like this bottle is leak proof anyway, so I trust this bottle. But like I'm just saying in general, right? Like there are stuff that, you know, for my bag, there are a lot of things that you can just look. And it's literally so easy. Like you open, you grab your bottle, you grab your camera. It's very roomy. And Kat is right. Like because of your partition, it makes everything kind of tight. You have to squeeze it in. Maybe it doesn't even have that same height as my bag. Like things like that. That still makes them a little different, even though they're similar. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to say the Cavaliera bag, because the strap is thicker, it's actually more comfortable than the Constance. I mean, the Constance bag, it's just a small bag, so you're not gonna like really carry a lot of things inside and make it like super heavy and it's swinging uncomfortably and the strap is digging. It's not. But if you want to compare comfort, like really be nitpicking at the bags, the thicker strap is a more comfortable strap. So it's gonna be hard. But yeah, definitely if you get two gold ones, I still stay with the Constant. just depot your hand sanitizer. There's something smaller.
Or just have to bring a shorter one. I do have shorter ones. Like I have a bunch of different bottles, but you guys know what I mean though. Like there are just some stuff that's easier to fit in the Della. And but actually Eileen has a good point too. At times I find the Constance loud because of the H buckle.
Yep.
That's something that I wouldn't know necessarily, even though I do have a Constance Slim, but it's this small, right? It's this small, so I don't feel like the H is too big. But on your size bag, it is a lot bigger, right? So
yeah, it is. But I kind of like it now. I kind of like it now. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Okay, you like it. I thought you said you don't like it. Like,
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
It's because it's obviously a constant. So
yeah,
there you go.
I know. I liked trying on your bag a lot. It's like literally what I envisioned, and then I tried it on and I'm like, yeah, totally the vibe, because like the moment, especially when I doubled the strap and I just wore it.
Mm.
And I think, yeah, because on that video I was just wearing my scarf literally. So it's kind of casual, but also it's a fancy material. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's sort of like the way I dress most of the time. Not just the scarf, but like it's just the vibe. That's the kind of vibe that I like to go for, and it totally matches my personality. So the bag itself, regardless of the age, but just like the features and the construction, how thin it is, it's really totally my vibe. So
Yeah. You
I
should
really
get
like
it.
it.
But I agree, if you have to get it in Canada where the quota is really
Yeah,
one bag a year, it's just like not worth it.
yeah,
Rather go and get the BKs.
yeah. Because I'm not done with those yet either.
Yeah, exactly. So, oh well.
Oh well, we'll see. Like I said, if they're meant to be, they will come eventually.
It's a good comment from Joe. I think she's hanging around somewhere. Okay. Consider getting a vintage in box like me. At least you can get a discount off the retail price and get vintage quality box scarf. Agreed. So if you don't follow Joe, I think she's on her IG. Joe overjoyed. I think overjoyed. Joe shared her amazing find from a Japanese reseller. This beautiful Constance 23. So the size that they have discontinued. Box, calf, vintage Constance. It's so gorgeous. And it looks literally brand new. I mean, obviously it looks a little older, but still, you would not think that that bag is like what, 40? Is it 40 years
Wait,
old?
wait, wait. Have you seen it in person though?
I haven't, so I'm gonna get a chance to see it
Oh,
soon. But just
yeah.
based on the
Let me
pictures,
know how it is
something
in
that's
person.
40 plus years old or
That's
30
crazy.
something, it's wow. And it was such a good deal. So maybe priced wrongly, or maybe, well, box carve is not, I mean, it's popular, but I think still people are not as keen to get it because you're still paying a high price point for a bag, and there is a bit of maintenance that you have to care for it, like a little bit more than a Togo or Clemence. So maybe that's why the prices are not as crazy as say the regular leathers. But for those that have collected a few, actually it's nice to have this in addition into your collection. So yeah, actually that's a good idea. Maybe if I visit Japan, I will go and look at some vintage bags.
This is something that I think back. Well, not super often, but I do sometimes think back because I have visited Japan one time. I have visited Singapore one time. I have been to Hong Kong several times, but they're all because of family, like just to visit my family. And Europe only one time, right? So far. And every time, never visited any of these stores. No consignment stores.
Yeah, same.
I wasn't into Hermes at the time, like barely even bought any Chanel just because like it's kind of intimidating. And I don't know, when I'm traveling, I'm also a bit more tired. But it's such a wasted opportunity. Like now that I always think about it, I'm like, why don't I go to these places and try my luck, right? Finding gems like this. I totally will do this going forward. Like now, like every time I travel, which is I think the first time that I did in Hawaii. This most recent time. This is the first time that I even like bought stuff. Enough stuff that you have to like declare, get customs, and all that
Mm.
stuff. Like literally, I've never done that before. I always just like I just don't even go shopping. Obviously, none of my family members are into shopping, so it also doesn't help. But it's such a wasted opportunity. I really want to just like from now on, whenever I travel, at least visit it, at least try, at least look at it, and buy it if you do find it, right? Like, especially now that everything luxury wise, everything is so hard to get. It doesn't matter which brand it is. Everything is so hard to get.
Yeah.
And so, especially when it comes to like these consignment stores, we don't have many here. I mean, the biggest one that we have is in Calgary, which is not, it's like 10-hour drive from here. So like we wouldn't just fly there just to go shopping. Like that's just ridiculous. It's not really that big of a city either. So like there's, unless we have family to see, we don't really go there, right? And in fact, I don't have family in Calgary. So it's sort of all these missed opportunities. Gotta remedy this from now on.
I have, speaking about this, like buying overseas, did you watch, do you follow Erica? Girly World? Erica's Girly?
I don't watch a lot of her videos,
Right,
but I do know
right.
who she is.
Okay, so she posted on, gosh, I can't recall right now because I think she posted on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, so I think it was IG. She posted on Instagram sharing her experience coming back from Paris to the United States. Basically, she was saying that she went through the airport with all her items, and she declares all the stuff. However, what was interesting in her sharing was that when she was pulled aside, because she said, oh, I've got things to declare. So they said, okay, come to the side and then let's talk about it. So what did you buy? And she said that the officer literally said to her, so tell me, what did you buy that you spent X dollars on?
Yeah.
Like the full amount. And she was saying that she never revealed it. It wasn't written on the paper. She didn't say, I spent how much to declare. She didn't tell anyone. It wasn't on the papers coming in. So she thinks the customs in the States is getting information from your VAT. When you declare your VAT in Paris,
yes,
or wherever you are, that the service that they are using. So you'd be using Global Blue, you could be using Travel. There's another one, Travel Lex or something. They are actually transmitting information back to the tax office, which is in the States, to say, okay, there's declaration. This is the passport number, which makes sense, right? Because you've got your passport number there. Passport number, name, amount is text. It's declaring, it's taking away tax. So they actually have that information at immigration when you return. So the fact that
but I'm not surprised at that.
I didn't know that. I was like, oh, wow, interesting. So, but the thing is, for two different agencies to share this kind of information, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of tax money to get, but at the same time, it's just a lot of work. Like you literally need that coordination, right? Just coming in. Maybe it wasn't so easy in the past, because in the past, a lot of our declarations were still paper, where you fill up the form and then you dump it into the box, and then weeks later, even after you return, then that information was shared. But now a lot of things are done digitally, where you fill it up online straight away, and then while you're flying, when they access your passport number, ta-da, you spent X dollars. Let's see what you bought. So it means you got to be really, really, really careful. Maybe if the amount is like $1,000, customs are like, oh, whatever. But if you see the amount is like, say, $20,000, and then they ask you, do you have anything to declare? And you're like, no. You're doomed. Okay, they'll probably.
It's not wise to lie to a customs officer. I've said that in the past before, like, because I always get asked the same question. People are very curious, especially because Canada is known for its stringent taxing, right? I always get asked, oh, did you declare it? The thing is, like, you have to declare it. That is your duty. And it is your duty to know exactly how much you spent and have all of that paperwork even ready before you cross the border. So I tend to do it right on the plane, or I do it like whenever I'm a guest, like when we drive across to the US, I tend to do it because we always get gas before we always get gas at the last station before we cross. So I always do my calculations then to know exactly the amount so that we can just tell them what we bought, what the amount is, and if he needs to see receipts, like, okay, there you go. And then I would tabulate all the like food, baby's clothing, everything like miscellaneous. And all they want, honestly, these customs officers, all they want is not to tax you necessarily. A lot of times they will actually let you go. Like you said, if it's like 1,000, they'll let you go. Like you're over by a couple $100, not a big deal. But all they want to know is that what you're saying to them matches what they think it is. Or if they already have that data, that it matches exactly what it is, because they just want you to be honest. And so we've gotten into a habit of just literally laying it all out. Like they don't even have to worry that we're not laying it all out. Basically, we want to lay it all out. And the more you do that, the more forward you are, the less likely they're gonna like give you trouble and ask you more and more questions, drill you, or even look into your luggage. And even if you have to get taxed, then well, it is your duty to pay taxes. So like there you can't really get away from it. And so it's actually best to be forward, because the last thing you want is to be blacklisted from every time you cross the border, but also you could lose your items. You could lose all the money you spent on things that you save money on, only to like you could have just paid a little bit extra, the tax amount, just to be the good citizen that you are. And sometimes they do let you cross. Like they sometimes will ask like, oh, why did you buy so much? What was the occasion? And you can talk about anything. You could be like, oh, it's my anniversary, this and that. Sometimes they'll let you pass. You'd be surprised that many times they'll let you pass. But sometimes they'll also ding you for a little bit over. So it really depends on the person. But it's always best to just be super forward. And mistakes do happen, but like I will say, meaning like if you did forget something, but try not to, because sometimes like the silliest thing, like especially if it's food is like a huge category where they're very stringent, because they don't want you to bring stuff that contaminates the soil. So like none of the livestock stuff, or like raw meat, or like fruits and seeds, things like that are not cooked. They don't like that. So you got to be careful about those things too. You kind of need to know those things before you travel. It is your duty to know those things, even though most people, they probably don't read what they're supposed to know and like stuff like that. But you kind of have to know this. And if you don't know, and you literally are genuinely like you just didn't know, you can tell them that you literally like you genuinely did not know and you thought you were fine. But like it's best not to lie. That is the whole point. Best not to lie. Best to be forward. Yeah.
I like one of the comments that I thought, oh, I should implement this, because I haven't traveled like far, but I would love to go Paris or somewhere and to buy a few things. But one of the things that I really hate is all these receipts, right? So one of the ladies that commented on her video, or it was a IG stories or something, she said that because she had the experience of being caught, and she paid a big fine, but now because of that experience, she shared that what she does is every time she goes for a major like a trip and she does like holiday shopping, she will itemize in a spreadsheet. Like she like maybe like sort of like you come back from the hotel, you just quickly like, okay, what did I do? So you do it on like real time, almost real time, like daily. If you buy a lot of things, it makes your life so much easier. And she said that she would do it in a sense, she'll put the item down, the name of the item, when she bought it, where she bought it. She'll even put like if there's any material, because I thought, yeah, that's so clever. Because I had the experience of sending something overseas, and it was stopped at customs to receive it at the buyer, because they could not like determine the material of the product. So she will put it in her spreadsheet, including what the item is made of. So it's, calf leather, cotton, canvas, you write it down, and the price. And if you do, when you pass through customs and you tell them, actually it makes their work so much easier. They'll be so appreciated, like, thank you, because this is work that they have to figure out, right? Like, oh, what is this? Is this is it plastic? But you've done it for them. They might even let you go, like, okay, that's it. Thanks for doing the work for me, because I just need to file this report. It could be. So I thought that was a really good tip, that you do it every time you finish your shopping. You list down everything that a custom would need as you declare. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do that next time I go for a long holiday. Excel sheets coming out.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends how much you buy, right? Like, obviously, the things that you
True.
buy and you consume while you're traveling, you don't need to declare those. But if you are bringing anything you're packing away as souvenir, as stuff that you bought, especially if they're bigger ticket items, it is so like, just be ready. Like, if they want to see it, literally easily be able to grab it from your luggage. The receipts, like, literally have it, the whole stack. If you can do a spreadsheet, that would be even better. But like, have the whole stack and then have them like categorized. That's like the best way. They see that you're prepared, they can feel it, and they'll be like, oh, okay, you go. Like, literally, that's how it works. The more honest you are, the better it is.
True.
Yeah.
So come to
We
Japan,
have a
buy everything.
question
Oh yeah.
from Lei Magat. Hi, Kat Amy. If you had a bag swap from each other's collection, which is your most and least fave, and which would you enjoy wearing the most?
What would I
Least
take?
fave?
Like, which is, I know I don't like a.
Okay.
Well, it's not that I don't like it. Like, it's least, right? Least. So wouldn't be the one that I'll make a beeline for. But most, I'm trying. Oh, easy. Which one would
Gray
you take
classic
from?
flat.
Yeah.
So the most from your collection, actually, there's a couple of most that I would love to get. Well, first of all, your mini Kelly.
I knew
Right?
it.
But I would happy to get your Kelly 25 as well, just because it's a lighter color, just like I said. But probably my first pick would be the mini Kelly. I would be really enjoying wearing that bag. Just because most days I can live with just 3 things in my bag. Card holder, phone, and keys. That's it. Sometimes I don't even bring lipstick because I just wear it and then I just go out. I don't even care about reapplying. So 3 things I can live with, 3 things and go out the door. The least fave. Oh, do I have a least fave though? That's hard. Least fave. What's my least fave?
Maybe you wouldn't take my toolbox. That's too big for you.
Oh, yeah, but I have never tried it, so I don't know. But I probably wouldn't take it anyway, just because it's more of a bluish color as well.
Yeah, and it's heavier. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
if
bag
it's heavy,
that,
I won't enjoy it. Probably, yeah.
I would definitely grab. Well, I would grab, because it's a bag. Sorry, so I was thinking either I'd take your Tiffany lock bracelet. But yeah, we're talking about bags.
One,
So
I
okay.
know. You mentioned that a few times too.
I'm like
every time you see this bracelet on someone, but I thought you tried it.
Well, I have to say I didn't try the right size. So I just literally just went into the store, saw it there. I'm like, wonder what it looks like against my skin tone, and yeah, just look. But it was huge. It was like this big.
Did you try a size medium?
No, because it was the one on display, and I didn't want to, because I was just in the Malay word is ajak. That means just like ask for fun. Like,
oh yeah, okay.
So I didn't want the Tiffany sales assistant to pull out a brand new piece, right, from the shelves, and like, oh, let me take a new one for you. I'm like, no, just let me just see this one, because I felt bad. I just want to see it. So it was really big, but I could see that it would be gorgeous if it was the right size, because the diamonds were just Yeah, they were
They're really
spectacular.
big diamonds.
They're big diamonds.
Yeah.
So.
They're really like I think that is why like after my first time, like same thing. First time I went in to try, my whole intention was I just want to try it, like because this is the whole, like everyone's talking about it, right? Not that I don't really not have intention to buy it if I liked it, but like I was maybe not quite ready to buy it either. I just wanted to know. And so I went in to try it, and I still didn't buy it the first time because I mentally I was not ready. Like I had to come back home and like make some calculations and make things work first, right? So but I just couldn't stop thinking about it. Like the moment you try it, especially if it fits, like you can't go back. You can't go backwards after that. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like with this bracelet, I hope they extend the sizing, even though it might be a bit hard, because I think they're trying to be inclusive, right? With this sizing, they made some really large sizes. Like anything
Like this
medium or
big.
more is big, huge. And so I get that, like for, I don't want to generalize, but I have to say that generally speaking, Westerners do have bigger bone structures. Asians, or at least like the Asian that I know, have smaller bone structures. So like it's very hard for if you're already very tiny and you have small bones also, like it's very hard to fit this bracelet. Like there was one of my viewers that said no matter which size, she tried this extra small, she tried the small. They thought that maybe bigger would be better because it could flow. But no matter what, for her, I think it would get caught and it would make her bruise. And I'm like, that's not good. So it also depends on your bone structure and like how it lays on your arm. That is the most unfortunate about this bracelet, because I honestly think it's the most stunning and like really easy to put on and off. Like no matter how many times you do it, it doesn't matter. It's not like this bracelet where if you do the screws too many times, you're worried about the screws getting loose. So that's the only thing. I hope they expand the sizing in between. That's what I hope they do. Like the smaller sizes, especially. Because I don't know, even a guy was telling me, I think a guy subscriber also told me that he was in between size, between medium and large.
Yeah,
Like
because the
medium
size
was,
is really different. It's like tiny,
yeah,
1, 2, 3, like, and I'm like, what?
yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
not
that's
really very.
unfortunate, right? Like I think he was really in between. Medium would have been like really, really tight, and large is like a lot bigger. So it's sort of, yeah. Anyway, try it still. And also depending on which one you get, like I think they have a bit of a difference structure wise, because the ones with diamonds, the way they make this part has to accommodate the diamond. So I do wonder if like it somehow makes
Thicker.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Possible.
Whereas if you went with all pave, it's even, I think it's even thicker all around as well. I think
Wow.
the full pave one.
I should try it out.
But it's kind of subtle too. Like it's subtle, but if your difference between different sizes is that big, maybe it does make a difference for you, depending on the style you go for as well. Saki is here. Yes, of
Hey,
course. We'd love
hi.
hearing from you. All pink bags. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think there's another question. What do you think of Hermes silver jewelry? They're nice, affordable, better buy than costume.
Yes. I actually asked my SA for a particular silver bracelet that is very chunky. I have been hounding for months since I went for the Hermes in the making event, and the artisan who was constructing a Kelly, she was, she was like maybe the main artisan that was just doing the bags, and she was, gluing it together, and she had this really chunky silver bracelet on her hand, and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. So I hounded my SA for it. but it's really popular. So yeah, everything is no stock, don't have size, no stock. It's quite annoying. So you're right, they're very affordable. Well, for silver, it's still expensive, but there are some really expensive pieces. I actually tried one silver bracelet, like really heavy silver, like a band, gorgeous, from Hermes. But because it was plated with rhodium, it was like $5,000 or $6,000.
Oh.
I was like, no, no, for silver, no. Yeah, not cheap. But definitely, obviously, if you compare to the gold, it's way different. Because if that was full gold and plated rhodium, it'll be like in the 20, 30,000, 20 plus thousand. But still, it's significant. But I like it. I like the understated look of it. It's actually very, very classy as well.
They say with silver, if you want to keep it relatively white color, not tarnished, is that you have to wear it constantly. But other than that, are there other ways that you can keep your jewelry pretty, like the silver jewelry, I mean, pretty white? Because, I mean, you can always clean it up, but I guess you would always have to clean it then. That's the thing.
Yeah. The thing about silver jewelry is if it's not plated with rhodium, that means it's just a regular silver, it will tarnish. It'll turn this like dark gray, blackish color over time. So if you wear it often, it won't happen. The way I store a lot of my silver jewelry is from storage, right? So if I'm not going to take it out to use often, is that I will, let me see, I will wrap it up in these kind of like Ziploc bags. So I'll wrap it in tissue, just like what Tiffany does. When you go in a Tiffany store and they take out a new piece, it's always folded in a very light, thin tissue. Okay, that's one. And then after that, it'll be packed inside these Ziploc bags. And the reason they do that is because air causes oxidization, moisture as well. So I keep all my silver jewelry, if I know I'm not for a long time, if I'm keeping them for a long time, I just pack it up with a bit of tissue, put them in a Ziploc bag, and it has kept most of my jewelry pristine. The ones that are left outside, say in like a jewelry box, they're all black. So every time I need to use them, I will sit down and give them a polish. But it's really fast to remove that tarnish. So it's not tarnish, it's oxidization.
Yeah. I guess it's just annoying, especially if like I don't have a lot of silver myself, but I have some Pandoras. Especially because in the past, everywhere we travel to, we would buy the local Pandoras, like only the charms that they make over there. So I have a bunch from Europe, actually. From Europe, I have some from Hawaii. And like, I guess before I started buying fine jewelry, I would always buy like little charms for like special occasions as well. So I do have that, and that's the only silver I have. But they have all oxidized. And I find that it's hard to clean if it has so many designs, right? Like the crevices. It's really hard to clean those.
Probably need to soak it in some
Yeah.
cleaning solution. But if you're not going to wear it again, it's going to happen. So just leave it there.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a question.
This question is for you.
Okay.
For the love of bags.
Has it lived up to my expectation? Oh, I don't know. I love.
Just give it to me.
I mean, I love how it looks when I wear it. I love how it completes my outfit. But it's so small. It's really, really tiny. And I do sometimes not struggle, but I'm like, oh, I have to just put one card and one key. Even my keys, I struggle to put it inside and I can't put my phone. So I love it. But at the same time, it's not the bag that I want to grab it because I want to get like cost per wear, right? But it's not a bag that I would say it's the most functional. But if you are already collecting Hermes you kind of need it. You kind of need to complete the collection because 25 to the mini, which is 20, it's a big difference. It's not even like 25 and then a little 22 and then mini 20. It's literally two different bags. So yeah, you gotta have it, even though I'm not like 100% convinced by it, but it really completes my collection. Like Mini Kelly, like look at it like, oh, you're so freaking cute, but you fit nothing. Fit nothing at all. So
yeah, I could hear, like, every time you get asked this question, I could hear that you're not trying to say too many bad things about it, but at the same time, it is what it is. It is very small, right? Like you said,
very small. Very
I think,
small.
you know, they say these things are handmade, right? I do wonder if maybe like one that is made by this artisan versus that other artisan, or a different year, or maybe just like even the leather, like even if one was just slightly had more give, even if it's just like 1 millimeter on one side, 1 millimeter on the other side, I wonder if that makes enough difference for
I
you.
think so. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me go and grab it. I have one more point. Just hang on. Let me just grab it.
Okay. But yeah, I'll gladly take it from you, Kat. But she'll never let it go. Come on. These are just things that you just have to have in your collection. Especially if you come from like a
my Mini Kelly is my Mini Kelly is saying, "You're talking bad about me." Yeah. No, I mean, like, seriously, when I'm looking at it, it's like, you're gorgeous. I love it. I love you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. I love the shape. I love everything about it. But when it comes to practicality, it's not the best. Okay. Because it's so tiny. Look at it.
Yeah.
It looks big this way. Like you think, oh, it's actually quite big. It's bigger than your Chanel mini micro top handle bag. Remember that bag? But I swear that bag, because it's just the turn lock is so short on that not turn lock, the button. It's just literally you put it on top and you snap closure it. It's so easy to close. This one, it's because it has this what is this thing called? The turn lock. You got to pull over, right?
Yeah.
So this whole part of the bag from here to here, it's useless, like useless.
Yeah.
And all the stuff that you can fit is just at the bottom here. That's it. And I'm being absolutely frank, right? So if you have anything that's taller, anything bigger than, say, like card like this, it's so hard to close because you gotta like, let me fit. Okay, like you gotta go like this to close. And I don't want to keep doing that to this bag, right? I don't want to keep like stretching it out every single time. So as a bag, I mean, as a gorgeous like bag, it's fantastic. But it is it's a bag that either you accept that you're gonna constantly be giving a bit of a tug, or if you don't want to do that, then downsize significantly or use it as a occasional bag. So that's my only, like, it's the fit, it's the stuff inside, which my essay warned me about it. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I still love it. Don't get me wrong, I still love it. It's so dinking cute. So photogenic. Joe said it's so photogenic, and I totally agree with her. It looks amazing with outfits. So a fashionista like Amy, this will be your perfect bag. But I'm not fashionable, so for me, it's like I need a bit more function, but I'll deal with it. So
no, you're still fashionable. You just have your own style, which is a bit more casual, sporty. But I do wonder, like you were mentioning a flap, right? I do wonder, just like that extra 2 millimeter, just a flap.
Yeah, just that, or make this like this turn lock like a millimeter shorter.
Higher. Yeah.
High or something. There is, because you see, I have to literally use my fingers to press in to
Mm-hmm.
pull, which you do in your Kelly, right? You know your
I
Kelly,
do,
you
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean. But this is a mini version of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can imagine, right? Because you just gotta
Yeah.
press and pull over. At least with the
Yeah.
bigger bag, it's only at the top part.
Yeah.
These are the little things that until you start using it, you're like, now I know why people say
Yeah.
it can't fit many things. But it is a small bag, so you're not expecting to fit like the whole house and kitchen sink inside.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. But I did remember, and I honestly don't really remember where I saw or heard this, but I know for sure that I either read or heard or watched a video that mentioned that you could have two mini Kellys and one will be a bit bigger than the other. And I honestly think that that could be true
Mhm.
because the mini Kelly that I tried, um, with my collaboration with Luxe du Jour, I thought it was a roomy mini Kelly. I was like, oh wow, it's fit everything. And obviously that one was used, so it was a bit more flexible probably. So that probably helped too. But after that one time, I was like, I was sold. I'm like, oh, if it's so much more than I thought, because I thought like you, like literally so hard to open this and that. But I was like, it's not that hard to open. But I honestly think that just different ones can,
Possible,
like that
possible.
few millimeters, 1 or 2 millimeter can make that much of a difference, probably.
Yeah, and I think because it's new, right?
It,
So, and
you
you're
don't
the
want
one
to
that you try is
stretch it.
chef. So, yeah, and I don't want to stretch it, but I feel just like my constants, once I've passed that hump of like, it will be so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, let's not stew it. But yeah, I'm smelling it. It still smells so good. I'm giving Amy FOMO. It's coming, Amy. Yours is coming. Yours is coming.
We'll see. Ugh.
It's coming. I can smell. We can all manifest it. Like, come on, get Amy her
I hope
bag.
so. But actually that was a good one to finish off today's episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed all the stealing that we did. I hope that was enough stealing. I feel like if we steal any more from other people, we'd be like, okay, you guys are just getting annoying at this point. Just stop stealing
Well,
from people.
there are still so many more we haven't
There are
done,
many
but
more people.
we'll give it a break a little bit. Maybe they'll have new things.
Maybe
There's
in
like a
the fall. We
list.
have to come back much later. Like maybe we can
Yeah,
stop stealing in the summer. Just enjoy our own stuff first.
yeah,
Oh my
quite a few
goodness.
group. Quite a big
Yeah,
group
yeah, yeah,
actually. We have
yeah.
another list of. I don't think we've got 10, so we wrote it down, and then yeah, we'll add that next round.
Mhm. I mean, it's always fun, especially when it comes to more lighthearted content. Obviously, I would never steal from anyone, but it's just fantasizing. Oh, what if I had this bag? Like the Himalayan Birkin. Oh my gosh, the Himalayan baby Birkin.
If Jamie Chua opens our video, she's gonna put some guard dogs out for me. That one's
That she
in
lives in
Singapore.
Singapore, right?
That one's in Singapore. Find her.
Oh my gosh. But I heard that she's a super nice person, and also just from watching her video, I feel like even though she is like a very high socialite, she just seems very personable. Like
Mhm.
yeah, it's just so
Very
fun
down
to
to
watch
earth.
her.
She's funny. She's funny, and actually, when she, because she's a persona, right? She'll talk like
Mhm.
she's. But when you catch her off guard, you're like, well, she's so Singaporean. She's so like, she's like, no la la la. They're like, huh? Wait, that's not the Jamie that is always like, my Jamie Birkin.
Oh wait, how did you catch her off guard?
Oh no, I mean like she does vlogs, right? Sometimes
Ah,
she
okay,
will when
okay.
she's vlogging and she's saying something and with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend
Oh,
will
but that's
do
the
some.
people that you know, though. Like people that you
True,
trust. Yeah.
true.
Like
And then her
I
boyfriend
think
will
a
do
different
something,
way.
and then she
Yeah.
will forget this persona that she's trying to do. She'll be like, yeah, so irritated. Like, that's so weird. Like two split personality, but she's actually, because of that, it makes her very personable because it's,
Yeah.
oh, okay, she's not so always like queen. So it's just actually real. That's why she's doing so well, right? In her YouTube. YouTube's like 1 million people yet. I can't remember, or maybe 500,000 already, which is really fast.
I don't remember. But I know she did a collab recently with Xiaomi. Can't remember her name. But I watched that because I had to do research for this video, right? So I watched that, even though that's not her collection, but I just started watching a bunch of her videos. And then I watched that one, and she spoke Mandarin in that one. I'm like, oh, she's very fluent in Mandarin. So I'm like, oh, like that's also another side of her that I never knew, because she never speaks Mandarin in her videos. So that was cool too. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next week. And next week, like I said, is going to be, I don't know how we're going to coordinate 5 people, but we'll try. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it will be so fun. We've got Dale, Connor. I think if you follow Connor on his IG, he's really funny. And then Meredith, who has, if you don't know, Living Lux with Meredith, that is her YouTube handle. Wow, she's got a collection. I don't think we have ever seen her entire collection, but every time she does single brand collections, it's pretty awesome. So yeah, we'll be having a chat with them next week. Yeah, 5 of us. 5 of us.
I know, just like thinking of it, I'm like, logistics wise, well, that would be good, because like it will just be like each of us can talk, and then we can just take a longer break each time. So as long as we don't talk over each other, which is not the easiest thing sometimes, because maybe you have a thought and you don't want to forget it, but we just have to try hard, I think. But yeah, anyway, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.